Hey guys, welcome back. We are back here for
Game resumed.
game 2. The players are just getting into it. Artem took the first game. This is a best of 3, and now he's going to be playing black. Andrii is white. And man, game 1 was a rough one. I think today might be a long day. Especially if Andrii takes game 2 here.
Yes, the first game was, let's say, interesting one. It was quite a roller coaster, where I think both players had the chance to finish the game off, but they decided to play ping pong for some time. Do you expect this game to be in the same fashion?
I don't know. Andrii often plays these kind of games, right? He's just a very aggressive player in general. See what I did?
Yes.
He's quite an aggressive player, but Artem used to be, I think, a softer player, but that's not necessarily the case nowadays. I think it depends who is more tired. Like who gets tired faster in that kind of game.
Well, big advantage is on Artem's side because he won the first game, and that's like a big injection of motivation. So I think it's possible that we will have 2-0 today. I mean, I think it's more likely.
Okay.
And I also think it's more likely that it will be some kind of all-in game. But yeah, we'll see.
Yes, and before we get back into the game, I want to mention to you guys something which you wish you knew about, which is which is our Patreon page. Ta-da! Look, you go here and you can give us money. Amazing, isn't it? Not only can you support our league, you can even like get a simultaneous game with a different pro each month, and you can keep this Go content coming and keep our league going. So be sure to check it out. And sell out. Back to the game.
Yes, so we are already in the middle of a Joseki.
We are in the middle of 2 Josekis.
Yes, in the middle of 2 Josekis. Do you want to give me control?
Oh, do I want to give you control? Just do it verbally, man.
Yeah.
Just
You didn't like my drawings in the last game?
No, the drawing, man, I love the drawings. That was honestly like a highlight for me.
Thank you. So this move and this connection is new Joseki, the C13 move. And before this was played, this Joseki, I remember playing it
Several hundred times.
Yeah, like really many times. But nowadays everybody connects suddenly, and I think we see this Joseki quite often, but especially in Artem's games.
Yeah, Artem likes this one. I think Artem always, when given the chance, like everyone else attaches at C16, right? But
Yeah.
I think Artem, like with more than 90%, goes to the Sansan and plays this other Joseki.
I see. Yeah,
I remember him playing it with Mateusz Surma in the Grand Slam final.
Yes.
So that the Grand Slam, for those of you who don't know, is the biggest tournament in Europe. It's an annual tournament, and the prize for the first place is 10,000 euros, which is Let's just say it's big for a European goal. So yeah, Artem was playing Mateusz in the final. I think it was the last one. And yeah, they played some variant
Yes.
of this Joseki. The price for the last place is €0. Ah, that's Oscar. Yeah, yeah.
Wait.
The prizes are kind of concentrated in the top three spots.
No, I think even if you finish place number 12, you still get like 350 euros or something like that,
Uh-huh.
which is
Well,
not small.
I mean, yeah, at some point you have to make a cutoff, right? You can't give prizes to everyone.
Yes.
But also, how about this Joseki? So I also want to talk about the bottom right, but first, after white blocks the 17, there are two options for black again, right?
Wait, after what?
After the next move, after white blocks
After white
d17.
blocks here. Yes. Black can choose to play Hane from this side, or black can choose to play Hane from this side. But I also personally like this one a bit more, d18. Because if black plays here, then he loses the corner. And yeah.
Yeah, this one is more common when white already has a pincering stone on the top. So I guess like this it wouldn't be too good. Okay, so
I think it's played like this, and then white, and then black plays something around here and extends.
okay.
I like this one a bit more because like this, black gets to keep the corner, and he can also attack the white group.
Yes, and one is more usual, let's say, than the Hane under at B. Well, maybe first we can explain why white doesn't just play E18.
Yes. So then this would happen, but it's a nice for black.
Yeah, it's just too good for black. He gets lots of points in the corner, and that one outside stone is well utilized. The sacrifice is definitely worth. That's why white has to disconnect the left first.
Yes. And he has actually a few options to do it. He can descend, he can play Hane, he can play here, or he can play here, or he can play here.
Okay, I've only ever seen this one and B16. Well, the Hane underneath also. So yeah, it's like you said.
And that's what Andrii played actually. And I think it's fine.
Yeah, I remember this sequence from Kim Ji-sok game.
How did it continue?
Tiger, then push, dump, attach, and now black played Hane on the outside.
Hane here.
Yeah, and now white wedged.
Uh-huh.
So black Atari, take. Yeah, and now white plays extension on the left. Free space or two space. No, not the small one. Because black is not going to connect four stones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and when white gives Atari, black just played Tenuki.
Yeah, so white maybe doesn't Atari.
If you don't, if you don't Atari, I think black might push there. In that game, white did play Atari, and black Tenuki.
Looks okay. I like white a bit more because
that
black's
feels
shape is
big.
not so good.
Maybe not this early in the game. Like if it was a bit later on, where the thickness wouldn't be as useful. But like this, it would feel too good for white.
Yes. So, but actually, up to this point, it is the same as the game. but here Andrii decided to extend instead of wedging, and that would mean that black can connect if he wanted to.
Yeah, I'm surprised black didn't.
Yes, probably then white would have blocked and black would have made some shape. I don't know which way. Maybe just tiger mouth, I don't know. Over here. I think it looks okay for black. Maybe one more.
Someone says this is usually better for black, about that sequence where 4 black stones are in Atari.
For this sequence.
Yeah, I'm assuming he said it with a lot of confidence, so I'm assuming he checked it with AI, and the verdict is that black is better here. And there is also a question: b16, b15 is a bad exchange if black sacrificing.
There is no time for that. Like maybe, but there's just a big maybe. There is a time here.
But then white doesn't have to push, right?
Yeah, then white doesn't push. So that's a really big maybe. I think it's not really good. But later there is just no single time when black can play it. Here, no. Here, no. Here, no. So yeah, that's why.
Did Andrii cut now? No, he didn't.
No, cut would be bad.
Okay.
So we are kind of getting the same variation, except white didn't make this exchange. Which I like for white more, and that's why I think that it would have been better for black to play here.
Yes.
But this is what happened in the game, and white decides to go in, which is understandable completely. And maybe I think that black should have played more safe and played here instead. But
yeah, I agree with that.
See. I think it's unnecessary to give white a chance to go in like this.
Okay, and how does black fight from here? So this way. But it's connected.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Artem knew this sequence?
No.
But he plays this Joseki a lot. I think maybe. Because, like, it's barely working. It somehow ends up... It looks like white is good, but then suddenly black is tricked. And I wonder, what about white Kosumi now? Yeah.
Yeah, I also thought about it.
But it doesn't work, no?
I'm not sure. It probably doesn't work because black can play here or just
honey.
Here.
Just honey.
Just honey? Aha, just honey is enough. Okay. Yeah, so white would have to play here.
Yeah, but we don't.
Yeah, but this is not. This is this we discard immediately. What about wedge at c12 for white after black d10? Oh yeah, that one we already showed. We already showed before, so I think we will not get back to that one. So here white had a choice.
Why didn't he push?
I guess he didn't push because there's not really good continuation.
Black can connect this?
Yes. I mean, maybe white can get this way, but
Maybe play that. You can't even play the Atari earlier. That's
you can play it. You can play it. No,
you
can play
can.
it now if you want, but then
Yeah.
this is Gote. No, this is Center. So you want to push once more, but then maybe you are not so happy as white.
No, wait, but white would Tenuki. He wouldn't play 13. I guess he would push again.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Push
That's
again or
right. That's right.
Tenuki.
Of course, a7 is just bad. And here, maybe black is happy.
25 points for white. His corner gets penetrated.
But maybe unclear. White can still go out here. So this will be unclear. But actually, what happens in the game looks worse for black.
Yeah.
For white, sorry, for white.
Yeah. I guess he has to capture 3 stones here.
Here, like this.
Yeah.
Or maybe with extension.
No, I think solid. I mean leather. But it's, I don't know.
Looks good for black anyway.
Yeah.
Like either way, yeah.
White c9 at c10.
White c9 at c10. Okay, so then black would have to play here.
That's basically the same though.
And it will be the
No.
same, but actually even a bit better for black. Because maybe he doesn't want to exchange this. I mean, if white plays here at 7, then he does, so it's same.
Yeah.
So here white could play ko, but there's no ko threat, I think.
Yeah, this doesn't change anything for white. Actually, it feels like that's what I meant earlier when I said that white got a bit tricked. It looks like white will have something, but actually, it's just bad.
Yeah. So Artem outplayed Andrii nicely here. Well, depending on the sequence here, because I mean, if white can get this and if what we showed, for example,
But maybe even black answers that with b6.
like this.
No, answers with. I mean, he doesn't get the other stone.
Like here. Yes, but then surely these are good exchanges for white, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure if we could call this like black punished white somehow, or black gets a good result. But in the game, I feel like black has the good result.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see what happened next.
So Andrii doesn't accept. Bad result.
Here, if I was black, I would like to play here instead, or something like this.
This move is interesting. But I guess white just lives in the corner. It's not so bad.
Yeah, so white lives in the corner. Yeah. And
Black took some damage in the middle.
yes, actually compared to this, like here also white will live in the corner most likely, but maybe it's gonna be better shape for black than that other variation. I'm not sure.
Well, black here is looking at e2 definitely. e2 or f2. Okay, he decides to e2.
Yes, but for example, if you get this shape, like which shape is better, this one or this one for black?
I think that one's better for black because like this, there's a cut left.
Yes,
Even though this is not technically alive, it's so hard to kill that I count it as alive.
me too. But white decides to fight as usual.
If you ever give Andrii the choice.
But this looks actually quite nice for white.
I mean, black just died and got nothing.
Black just died and he got a wall here, which is not so
Something.
useful, but it's something. It might be something actually. Might be something against these stones, and might be something against these stones. But if black can't get anything from those fights, then for sure white's result is very good. So yeah, I guess it's gonna depend on that, and that's why black goes out here. And that's where we are. High jumping point.
It's also a jumping point in the game right now.
Yeah. Yes.
What is the good jumping point here?
Yeah, I was
It's
just
a
thinking
turning
about
point.
the classic jump point. No. Actually, why not?
Well, at first I was thinking, man, we were showing variations where white lives with like 2 points and black gets the bottom, and now white lived with 20 points and black didn't get the bottom.
Yes.
So it felt like that fight went horribly for.
Yeah, we show variation like this. Oh, not like this. Like this, where white live like here, and black could still go out if he wanted to.
Yeah, this is just way better.
Yeah. I mean, here, black really has to damage either these two stones or these stones.
Well, white still has one more group.
One more group, actually.
And that group is pretty heavy. There is
Yeah.
no like direct way to get advantage from
Well, there
all
is
those
a little bit,
Ataris.
like little bit. If white can get here, then
Yeah.
white can get here, and then white can kill.
Uh-huh.
So there is some way.
No,
There is
that's a
some way.
big way.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about how important is that liberty at 7 for white, because now if black turns at f2, is white dead?
Yeah, so your question is whether this is center for black,
Yes.
right? So if white plays Tenuki, so okay, black has to play here first. White's gonna play this one, I think. Then let's suppose white has to answer here. And like this, it would be a problem for white. So this move, maybe white has to answer here. But then black throws in.
It seems like less of a problem for white.
Maybe black plays here.
Ah,
Okay, so let's say, so maybe white should answer here. And now what? Black throws in. And now what?
well, this must be some ko, but I guess it's good for white.
Maybe. Maybe. I think it's, yeah, probably. No, I don't know.
Okay, so let's put that in the drawer for now.
Yes, let's put that in the drawer called unclear.
That's what we do actually in real games too, right? When you read some sequence like this and you're like, okay, I don't know what happens if he plays there. I guess I just tenuti for now.
I think we might see that sequence later in the game. Okay, so what we have here,
Wow,
we have
black
a
made
fight for
some
shape.
nice shape.
Yes, this fight for shape was, I think, won by white for sure. I think it was the time for a jumping point instead of a turning point.
Jump or Kosumi.
Yeah.
I don't actually like the jump so much because white is so thick there. I mean, E12 is Dente, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough to tell for sure. But what happened
Yeah.
in the game, I think we can definitely say White's pretty happy with.
Yeah. White got stronger with this group. White made some nice shape here. And black made a dumpling.
Yeah, at least one eye around F12 for White, which means that with B16 White can live anytime.
Yes. That one eye is very significant.
Okay, so putting these two together, like putting White's success in the bottom left corner and also settling this fight, I think White is ahead now.
Wait, did white... Sorry, I cheated a little bit and I looked at the game. I also think white is ahead, I agree with you. But I looked a bit at the game and white went kind of for R sequence here.
Thank you,
And I just...
Ready Siri Go, for the raid. I don't know why the alerts, like only half of the alert shows up. I don't know why. Sorry, I
That I
cut you
don't
off
know.
there.
That I
I
don't
try
know
to
either.
deal with it. You go on.
Okay. So I think locally locally black is dead. But white has some problem with liberties. Aha, I know what white is going to do. White's gonna play a trade. White's gonna go for this one. But why?
What? Can you go back like over the last few moves? What's going on?
Okay, so basically black went out here and white's group here got into danger. So white decided to give it up in the next fashion. So here, if white wanted to, he couldn't kill black locally because black could have played 4. But black didn't play 4, but black played an Atari. So if white had connected, black would have lived with the Kosumi and white would have some problems here. This group is too heavy and not many spaces to run into. So now I can understand why white decided to... Oh wait,
Ouch. Wait.
So there was nothing.
Man, then it's just
Then it's
over.
then it's so over.
Oh, that's so sad for Andrii.
All this stuff is dead, and White got no compensation, basically.
I mean, White got b5.
White got b5. White got a fake wall here, and White got center.
White also got g4 -1 liberty.
Oh yeah, White even made some problems for himself.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Where did it go? It just suddenly became such a disaster for White. I think here. Why is White?
Like, okay, first thing, why?
This ladder is good for Black.
Yeah, the ladder is good for Black, but for example, White could have played here. Couldn't he?
Yes, that's better.
And I don't know, just make some shape.
Yeah. That's a really easy mistake to make though, right? You usually in this shape, first you think, do I have the ladder? And then if you have, you take with ladder. If not, you extend.
Yes.
But here it leaves, I think now, but wait, now there was a moment where White had to Tenuki. There's no way White needs to play with that group.
Maybe now, Tenuki somewhere. Maybe here, maybe directly take. For sure, Black can't kill this White group.
Well, if White starts with cut now and play b5, then White is even going. I mean, White has less of a problem with his top group because now White can capture those 3 stones.
Actually, White can capture those 3 stones in center. White can do this in center, and then he can come back.
Well, that looks solid. I mean, compared to what we have in the game.
Yeah, that's like 100 points difference.
Yeah, I also think Black didn't have time to play h16. Right? Maybe he should move directly.
Go out immediately.
I agree, it's heavy.
Wait, someone's saying White can play 11 at 12. Yes, he can, but actually,
Better,
it's good.
Yeah, it's
White
1 point game.
Or 1 point, something.
1.5.
Yeah, but in general, it would have been much better result.
That one was not on purpose even. Well, I think in general, Andrii is in deep trouble here.
I think it's not exaggerated if we say it's GG.
So we're skipping all the middle GGs and we're directly saying it's the real GG.
I think so.
Oh well, he took some points on the right, but dying some more in the middle. Oh, I like this. Artem didn't even go for like killing half. He trying to kill the whole thing.
Wait, Artem is doing some stuff like Andrii was doing last game. Some going all in. Now all he needs to do is to die with this group, and it's a successful throw.
Yes, but first, let's think more in the realistic scenario where he doesn't die with this group.
Wait. Maybe my GG was too early. So let's count some points. How about?
Yes. Let's count black lives and white lives. And white gets to connect left side somehow. Well, connecting left side is not possible already. So
Okay, so black has some points here and here and here. White has points here and here, little bit here and here, if nothing dies.
wow. I wanna say there is still a chance, but that doesn't feel like that's still not enough for white.
5, 7 maybe. So black has like 62 points plus some coins here, and white. I think this looks maybe big, but it's just gonna be like, okay, maybe 15 not, but let's make it 18.
You're bargaining with yourself. So is there anything for black at f2? Yeah, there is. If black plays f2, there is probably gonna be some step call. At least black is gonna get m2 in center, but realistically, he's gonna get more than that.
Okay, so actually, I think black is only winning by about maybe 10 points.
Really? Well, I see now after white played k16, I see potential for something, but I think white is just so short on liberties, and Artem is not waiting.
Yeah,
I was
Artem is-
thinking maybe white's dead group could win the capturing race with black's outside. For example, if black wedged at L16.
something like this.
Yes. And
Here.
how many times? Well, this is center, so white has to connect. Black has to connect. No, black has to connect d6.
Black has to connect d6.
You see some co. Well, this is solid for white.
Well, this is such a call out of nothing. That would be nice. And actually, we have the same.
Artem
the
is
exact
doing
same.
it in the game.
He's doing it in the game, but it's a little bit different because first Andrii needs to solve a problem. So first Andrii needs to solve a problem and hope. I mean, he needs to play movement.
No, he doesn't. He's not gonna play 3.
So what's he gonna play? He's gonna play this.
He's gonna take liberties, play this, take, and take liberty.
And when black goes out, he's just going to take a liberty, and he's going to win the game.
I'm still curious. No, there's nothing to be curious about.
There is something to be curious about. There is to be curious about this move 2, which is junk. So because white can squeeze first, but then obviously black is not going to play m18. So
what does black need to play in order for, like, what's a realistic move?
Realistic move is to play here. And now let's say black comes back.
No, I meant realistic where white still has a chance to win the game.
Yes, I mean, maybe now, maybe white can make a capturing race between this group and this group. Or do you mean that's not a realistic scenario? maybe.
It's the scenario is realistic, but this capturing race is anyway bad for white, I guess.
Yeah, it's probably bad for white.
Well, the hope is. Oh, but wait, Andrii just connected here. No, you have to play G7 first.
Well, he has to play G7
Oh,
first. He has to
Artem is
play.
killing it.
Yeah. But you know what's the problem? Ah, so if Andrii plays here now,
He's
is
gonna
Artem
ignore?
is gonna ignore?
It's
Black has to. I mean, white has to just take this. Black has to
they're
get it
still
alive.
alive. Okay, never mind. I got excited for nothing. Well, there is still gonna be that capturing race you mentioned.
Capturing this. Yeah, but it's a bit of a desperate capturing race. So it's GG in favor of Artem, I think. Also,
It's not 100% Artem knows he needs to defend at G7 now. There is still that tiny. I mean, percentage wise, black is 99% here. But he needs to play one move. Okay,
yeah, he played it.
he played it.
But actually, I think white had to go for the all-in because in the count I was making, I counted like 50 points for black on the bottom area. But maybe, I mean, if just locally, if black will play like this and he will also get the move at R3, he can make maybe even like 65 points there. So the difference in points was probably just too big, and Andrii's all-in sequence is justified.
Emoji of the game Baduk B22 blood. Actually, yeah, we're also gonna get our own emojis hopefully soon. We're working on that. Yeah, we should definitely make something for super bloody games like this.
Yeah, since we have them so often.
Okay, so now it's down to the 0.5% black has of winning this capturing race. If he even manages to make that shape for white.
Actually, it's maybe a little bit more than 0.5% because in the scenario which we were seeing, we had this shape, but now we have this shape, as you can see, which is maybe a little bit better for white, but still it's hard.
I like how Artem doesn't really... What? I was gonna say something, but I'm just surprised by the move for 1 second.
I think he just wants to gain some liberties, white.
This gains liberties if black answers, and if black doesn't answer, then white can make an eye at 0.14.
Yes.
So actually it's quite a good move. The problem is that even white living here doesn't win him the game.
Yes, that's true. But he has to. I mean, he has to try.
Make highlight videos of the best moments of the league. Yes, we obviously thought of that and we want to do it. But as we are professional Go players and not professional video editors, it hasn't been so easy yet. But we are working on it, really. We hope to... I think realistically for this season it's not gonna happen, but maybe if and when we have a season 3, then hopefully we can have some highlights.
Yes, I can definitely think of a few which we could put there.
Yes, I want one with your move where you could capture Tanguy's. In game 3 against Tanguy, you could capture a group with just one move. You just had to play one move and you capture. What was it total? Like 55 stones. And you rejected it. Like you rather play somewhere else.
Yes, I didn't play 100 points move, but I actually played an 80 points move, so I think it was fine.
I'm trying to create some hype. Come on. Someone says in the chat. I guess you mean from Andrii. Well, I mean, as long as he has some chance here, he's not gonna resign. So until he dies completely 100%, he's gonna play it out for the small chance. Wait. Can you catch up to the game, Palco? I
I'm
think
in the
like
game.
no, I mean in the last move, yeah. Okay, so what happens after that last move? What happens if white plays? Yeah, for example, that move he played.
Yes, so it's going to be a capturing race. Where it looks like Black is winning by at least one liberty. I also didn't play here, and here is probably also one more liberty at the top. So
But
probably
look,
Black.
look what Black did in the game. Artem's not done for it. Artem wants to play game 3.
Yeah, he's trying
What?
really hard. He's trying really hard, and
What? And Andrii is answering. There's no time to answer this.
but
Take a liberty.
but take here.
I don't know. But yeah, it
But
also
it's
doesn't.
but then it's like capturing race between like 5 liberties on the top and a lot of liberties on the right. So he kind of has to be answering.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree. Maybe White should exchange 1 for 2. Maybe that would gain him some liberties.
I'm winning the game in center, so guess I'll do more. Well, I think Artem is the player who is the most like with these league games. In tournament games, Artem is always very serious and plays quite calm. But I think he's taking this league as a chance to like fight more, play some creative openings. I think he'd rather play something spectacular than try his hardest to like win small, or like we see in this game. He could finish it many times, but he's still playing on the edge.
Yes, I think especially in the first season, he had a lot of games where he went for like some crazy moyo from the beginning. You know, he played like 5-5 and that kind of things. And he's slowly like going back to normal, but still, I agree with you that he's trying out stuff.
Well, this is the capturing race you showed, except
Except the N19 shape.
Yeah, black even gained some liberties on the top.
Yeah, 1 or 2 liberties. So now it's like between 2 and 4 liberties for black. And there's no place to to throw the game anymore.
Yes, this kind of loss is even more painful. If this was game one, I'm sure Andrii would have resigned earlier and like say to himself, okay, I'll just get him in the next one. But since this is the last game, he has to, so long as Artem is still giving him that 5% chance or that 3% chance, he has to keep playing.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Black wins.
Artem is done. And
Yeah, and Andrii just resigned.
in instant resign when he saw that last 10. He's like, okay, enough is enough. I'm out of here. Okay, GG. Overall, quite good games we had today. Especially the first one was really exciting to watch. Congrats to Artem for getting a victory here. We are gonna ask him. Well, first we're gonna upload the SGF file. AI Sensei. Yeah, and we'll mainly focus on the opening with our review because I think this game really, after White died in the middle early in this game, there was actually nothing that he could have done.
Yes. After like b5, it was just a hard game.
It's been a while since we had it 2-0, right? Yesterday was 2-0,
Yes.
and last weekend, both days were
Right.
2-0, right?
2-1, you win.
2-1, yes.
Yes, it's been a long time for 2-0, and with this game, it's been 6 times 2-1 and 6 times 2-0 in the league.
Okay, Artem says yes. Excuse me. So we'll go ahead, call him now.
Hello.
Hi, Artem.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. The sound is not wonderful, but we can hear you. It's been a while since we heard your voice or saw you. We see you play, but we haven't talked in a while. How does it feel to be back here? You had a couple losses, but you win today. How are you feeling about the games today?
Of course, feels good, but yeah, I didn't feel confident in any of the games. Both were hard games.
Really, even in this second game, because while the first one was super back and forth, this one was decided pretty early, right?
No, second one, I'm sure there were still some moments when White was ahead. I think it wasn't the
Oh, you think killing the center was not GG?
At that point, I think was already good for Black, but not yet 100%. But before that, I'm not so sure at all when I give the huge wall. Not sure about that combination for Black.
Do you see, Artem, do you see the review board?
Not really.
Okay, so maybe you'll remember. Did you know when White invaded your territory on the left side? When you approach White's Hoshi, and then he invaded your side, did you know that you will get a good result there?
I was expecting this. Yes, but was not sure.
So you didn't know that sequence and you just improvised, or did you know this sequence already?
You just improvised. So
Really?
it was
But you play that Joseki. We were talking how you play that Joseki where you double approach and then you enter Sansan quite often.
Uh-huh.
So
Just
I thought,
because everyone plays the usual variations, and for me it's interesting to try something that is not so, I don't know, not that you can't see in every game.
okay, so
Usually after this double approach with then white attaches, black makes Hane, white extends, and usually people not invade to Sansan but attach to the stone.
yeah.
Yes, that's what we said too.
Yes, so I like to try other variations too. I know that they are maybe some 1% worse than the usual move, but it doesn't mean that they are not playable.
Yeah, and we like to see it actually. I always want to try out some of those variations, but then in the actual game sometimes you get too caught up and you just play the one you are most comfortable with. But I think for you it's already you played this one more than the attach, right?
Yes, I played these moves and I checked them with the AI, so I know more or less what is coming.
Someone asked, game is over, who won? Yes, the match is over. Artem 1-0. We are gonna do the review now with AI Sensei. So Artem, you cannot see this. Maybe if you open the stream, you can see it with a bit of delay.
Let me try to open the stream. Just a second. All right, now I see the board.
Okay, so overall, yeah, it seems to think it was an even game. Yeah, this Han is also fine. We were wondering, well, I want to see what's the best move. Yeah, I think here. Okay, so connecting at A was a bit better.
By the way, I think move 20 was not the best.
Move 20.
Move 20 when after Black invades Sansan and White plays the second line Hane.
Yes, this one is more common. We mentioned that also. You played this one. I think I saw this in some game. You played against a Chinese pro in one international tournament, right?
I played it in a few games. I also played it in Grand Slam final against Mateus and
also
several games.
Corona Cup against Ilya, right?
Yes.
Okay, but the Hane underneath. I mean, the AI doesn't mind the Hane underneath. It thinks it's minus 0.3 points.
Not a big mistake.
If you compare it to the mistakes we saw, like in the first game, we were checking and there were minus 15, minus 25. So I think, yeah, this minus 0.3 we can live with. Okay, here also it thinks 29 is a mistake, but a small one. I guess the AI wants to extend one space closer. Yeah. It prefers to go only a 2-space extension. Okay, later on invasion was good. This was good. Actually, this sequence is... Yeah, so the mistake from white was not playing the push here.
Mm.
And me and Pavel were wondering about that in the game. We also thought that might be enough to make a difference and make this result acceptable for white, because in the game it felt too bad. But this definitely looks like a game. Then now black is 5 points ahead. No big mistakes here.
Did white have chance later in the game to win?
From looking at the graph, no.
It became closer at some point.
Because I remember here we thought it's not bad for white, right?
Well, first, here we were wondering if it was better to jump, but actually AI agrees with the turn at 77. And it doesn't mind making this ugly shape for black. Yeah, this move we expected is gonna be a mistake, extending out at 88. And instead it wanted to play cut at A.
That's what we thought actually.
Yeah, that's what we thought. But I'm curious, why doesn't it start exchanging now? Is it not Sente?
I think it's not necessary, right? Because you can exchange it anytime. Kachanovskyi.
I think it doesn't want move number 4.
It doesn't want move number 4? No, this
when,
in my sequence.
I mean when black makes a carry on in your sequence.
Yeah, but here definitely white should get something before, like he should gain something from the weakness of the left group. That was what I think decided the game here, because according to the graph there was not much chance later. Yeah, here both of you started to play some tenuki, and it was more important to go out. Even here, we missed this exchange in the game, Pablo, but black played 99 and then white answered instead of capturing that stone in the middle. So that was... Yeah, it's really urgent to play here immediately. And black is already winning by 15 points.
Yeah, looks hard. Looks really hard for white already.
Okay, yeah, and here we were wondering how over it is. It thinks black is ahead by 26. So I think safe to say it's hard to come back already for black. There is one small spike upwards in the graph. Let's see. Well, yes, here. Probably because black has one group which is not alive. Thinks white gets some more chance. But overall, no concrete chance for black in this game. For white in this game. Anywho, that was our review with AI Sensei, our sponsor. If you want to review your games with AI too, you can check out the link to AI Sensei under the stream. Before we let you go, Artem, I want to ask you, well, now, last season you won. This season, it's not yet sure if you make playoffs. You still have to play me and Ilya. So, what do you think overall about your performance in this season of the league?
Yeah, not the best one.
Okay.
What else can I say? I think I still have a chance, but I'm not doing great so far.
Well, winning today definitely helps with that chance. And yeah, we're gonna be signing off now. As usual, if you want to support the league, keep us going. The Patreon page, we have a donation button. You can sub on Twitch. Be sure to check all those stuff out. Next weekend, I think we have a pretty exciting game next weekend, right? I think Ilya is gonna be playing Ryan, so number 1 and number... Well, there is no numbers yet, but that will probably be a big factor on who gets first place and the seat in the final directly.
Well, they are the two unbeaten players in this league so far, so I think it's fair to say number 1 and number 2.
Yes. So if you wanna see that game, tune in next weekend. And thank you for watching today. We will see you next time. Bye bye. Bye, Artem. Congrats on the win
Bye.
today.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.